You probably already use ChatGPT a lot to solve your programming problems and maybe even GitHub Copilot to autocomplete your code. But now we have more. We have Cursor AI, which is a competitor with GitHub Copilot. So here we will look on Cursor AI, what benefits it has, and how to use it efficiently. So what is the main difference between ChatGPT, GitHub Copilot, and Cursor AI? ChatGPT is just a chatbot, it is not integrated in your editor. Both GitHub Copilot and Cursor AI are integrated directly in your editor. And you might think, okay, but what is the benefit? The benefit is that you are getting help based on your code base. This is amazing because you don't need to copy-paste pieces of your code in ChatGPT like you typically do. AI can read all your files or some specific files and give you answer about them. It makes things much simpler. But obviously the first question is the pricing. What should we use? Let's have a look on the Cursor. Realistically, the tier that you might want to use is Pro tier for $20 per month. You can use free with a free trial, but realistically this is not enough to use it every single day. With GitHub Copilot you can go with Pro tier for $10, which is smaller. I would say that GitHub Copilot is more generous because on the Pro tier everything is unlimited. You basically have unlimited interactions through the chat and unlimited autocomplete. On the Cursor for $20, you are getting unlimited completions and only 500 premium requests, but then you are getting unlimited slow requests. And this is how Cursor AI looks in your editor. Basically, you have your VS Code, like always. You also have autocomplete, like for example here. It will try to guess what you need, and you can just with step get this code. And there is one feature that I really like inside Cursor AI that is not there in GitHub Copilot. And this feature, as you can see here, is multi-line editing. When we're doing our autocomplete of the code in Cursor AI, as you saw, it introduced this line with is loading. But in order this line to work, as you can see, we must update line 7 and we must import useState to our project. We can just hit tab here and now useState is also introduced there. This is really awesome and this is something that GitHub Copilot lacks. Other than that, they are super similar. They are using the same models. This is why you are getting on average the same results. So autocomplete feature is something that you probably know, for example from GitHub Copilot. Now let's look on chat. So when we click Command L, we can open a chat with AI. And here is an important point. If you just type something here, like some question about your code, it will work exactly like ChatGPT. Because in this case here, you are not giving it any context. This is not what we want. What you can do here on the top, you can select the specific file. And here you are getting the list of your files, or you can use search. And typically people will just add here a file where they are working right now, because they want to update it. It doesn't always make sense because typically you have your functionality in different files. Like for example, you need to update your database, then update your migration, then update your class. This is why you can do several things. First of all, you can at once add multiple files. Like let's say we need FTS6, register and login. And then we can ask how to get a current user in our components. I'm hitting here enter and we will get a result. So here we're getting information that the application is already set it up with user context system, and you can access the current user in any component by using use current user hook from your auth context. As you can see, when I'm clicking on this link, this file automatically opens. Additionally, here we're getting this code which shows us how to use current user hook inside your component on a small example. And the cool thing about it, you can just click apply and this code will be applied there. For example, here inside login, let's write add set current user to this file. So what it does, it shows you a piece of code that you can apply. And I will click here apply and we see here a div what will be changed. And this is like a merge commit where you can accept or reject some changes. For example, this import is great, this also. And we successfully updated our file. But here is a huge pitfall that a lot of people are doing. They simply click apply, they got like 50 changes to their file, they just accept all of them without checking, and then their project is not working. You can't just blindly copy-paste code from AI because it won't work in 100% of the cases. You really need to validate every single change like you are doing inside pull request when you are checking somebody's code. And here I see a huge difference about how people are working with ChatGPT. There you can't simply click apply, you really need to copy-paste code, and at this moment when you are copy-pasting it, you are typically doing it in parts and you are validating it. Here we don't do that because we have a huge apply button and we can just change the whole file. Additionally, I want to mention here that it is not always working perfectly. Sometimes the changes that you will apply might remove already existing code even when it was unnecessary. So you need to recheck that all code is really needed. And the thing that is really huge in all these tools that I really like a lot is searching in your code base. Just imagine you are getting to the new project, you don't know anything, and there is 1 million files inside. How would you find specific API or specific functionality? You need to dig really long through all files. But these AI tools really help you with that. Like for example, find where we get current user. And after this you can write add code base. And in this case, it will look in all files. You can even specify the extension, but I will just look in the whole code base. I'm hitting enter, and as you can see, it is reading all files and will try to find the implementation. And here is what we're getting. The current user state is managed through current user context, and the current user is accessed with use current user hook. And here are even examples in our code how it is working. And it works really great. Obviously, the huger your project is, the more time it will take, but it really helps. Another great thing that I really like is the possibility to give some docs to AI. Why is that? Just imagine you are using some framework which is not that popular, or it was updated to newer version and now it doesn't know about new API. What you can do here in the chat, you can just type add and then click docs, and as you can see there are a lot of docs. You can click add new doc and just provide a URL. Like for example, I'm providing an API for Luxon. I'm hitting here enter and it will parse this page and add it to the docs. Now you can always mention it in the chat and ask something. Like for example, how to add 1 month to a date. As you can see, it showed an example exactly using Luxon, which is correct, with important notes, and it is based on the real documentation. So Corsair AI is a powerful tool, but obviously it has its own problems as any AI. You should not use it in 100% of the cases, and it is just a helper tool that you must validate on your own to make sure that it is doing the right thing. And if you're interested to learn more about web development, I have lots of different courses which are available in a single monthly subscription on my website. So don't forget to check it out.